Hello there, everyone. This is Forrest coming at you. Time for your Just for Today encouraging word. Happiness. We come to know happiness, joy, and freedom. Do you know happiness in your life? Do you have joy in your life? Do you have freedom in your life? I know it took a long time for me to learn how to have happiness, joy, and freedom, because on December 8th, when my mom bought me a one-way ticket from San Antonio, Texas to Portland, Oregon, I didn't know much about happiness, joy, or freedom unless I was taking a hit of crack or getting drunk or flirting like a knucklehead idiot. But today I do know happiness, and I do have the fullness of joy, especially when I'm worshiping. And freedom. I know all about freedom, and I thank God for my freedom, because it says in John 8:36, therefore, if the Son sets you free, you shall be free indeed. And I indeedly know it. Here we go. If someone stopped you on the street today and asked you if you were happy, what would you say? Well, gee, let's see. I have a place to live, food in the refrigerator, a job, my car is running. Well, yes, I guess I'm happy, you might respond. These outward examples of things that many of us have traditionally associated with happiness, we often forget, however, that happiness is a choice. No one can make us happy. Because I remember back in the day when I wish I had a car. Now it's like, man, I wish I didn't have to spend so much to take care of a car. And when I read that last one, however, that happiness is a choice, I remember these videos in the movies when I see these little kids over in Africa so happy, running around kicking a soccer ball. Happier than me sometimes, when I'm all butthurt and crying about because a builder didn't want to sign a bid or because things didn't go right. There's kids over in Africa running around happier than me, kicking a softball or kicking a soccer ball. And I'm like, I want that happiness. Happiness is what we find in our involvement with Narcotics Anonymous. Happiness is also what you find in your involvement with life. What do you find in life that makes you happy? The happiness we derive from a life focused on service to the addict who still suffers is great indeed. That's why whenever I give my testimony or share my testimony, it gets me excited, because hopefully if I share my testimony on what I've gone through and how I'm experiencing joy, peace, and happiness, freedom, someone else will get hope that they can have that freedom too. As a result, the happiness we derive from a life focused on service to the addict who still suffers is great indeed. It's a great life. When we place service to others ahead of our own desires, we find that we take the focus off of ourselves. When you start serving others, you don't have to be too worried about your own self. So like right now, in this time, in this world, if we think about serving others when we know we can't really go out or we can't do things, as a result, we live a more contented, harmonious life. In being of service to others, we find our own needs more than fulfilled. There's a scripture, I think it's in Titus, that says, but godliness with contentment is great gain. So you don't have to have all the things in the world to have contentment. You just have to have godliness, and that's serving others, pretty much. Happiness, what is it really? What really is happiness? We can think of happiness as contentment and satisfaction. Both of these states of mind seem to come to us when we least strive for them. You ever strive to be happy? Man, why am I not happy? Probably because you're trying to force something. As we live just for today, carrying the message to the addict who still suffers, we find contentment, happiness, and a deeply meaningful life. Just for today, I'm going to be happy. I will find my happiness being of service to others. So one thing I'll encourage you to do, if you do have a testimony out there, try sharing that testimony once a day until Jesus comes back. Because when you share that testimony, I promise you one day, someone's going to say, Can I hear a little bit more of that? Because I'm going through the same thing, but I didn't know I could get through that. And you're going to change someone's life, or God's going to use you to change someone's life. So y'all have a great day. Hang in there, and I'll talk to you next time. Bless you. Bye.